Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in temperature-controlled high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for spirits and cigars. That's Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Now's the time to lock in the best deal of the year on a new John Deere sprayer during Landmark Implement's Sprayer Early Order Program. Leverage the industry's latest technology with See and Spray. Target weeds with precision and cut herbicide use. Utilize Exact Apply to save in chemical usage and prevent over-application. Don't forget, secure early order savings and get the sprayer that maximizes every pass. Visit your Landmark location for full details and experience the Landmark difference.
Load up on meat and more this spring at The Mercado by Certified Piedmontese with great selections of T-bones, tomahawks, ribeyes, filet mignon, brisket, sirloin, and so much more. The Mercado has locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, where you can have $2 draft beer every Thursday night from 4 to 8 p.m. and half-price espresso drinks on Fridays from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Mike, I've been thinking, our house could really use a makeover. How about new siding?
I've been thinking the same thing. Have you heard of James Hardy?
Yes! Sarah down the street had Roofing Service Company install James Hardy siding on their home, and they love it.
Roofing Service Company does have great reviews.
They took her through the design process and made everything super easy.
Roofing Service Company offers expert design and installation. Couple that with James Hardy's durable products and variety of colors, you and your family will love your exterior remodel. Just visit roofingservicecompany.com. That's roofingservicecompany.com.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with taco night on Mondays or whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Welcome in to the Get Your Happy On Hour, featuring former Husker receiver Ricky Simmons.
Hey, welcome to the Get Your Happy On Hour show. This is Ricky C. Simmons. I'm your host. Man, look at here. First of all, I got to give a big shout out to Matt Warner and Empire Fencing out in Waverly. Man, you guys are doing big things. I appreciate all the love and support you continue to give my show. Just never take that for granted, man. I really appreciate you guys. Also got to give a big shout out to Keith Williams. We call him Coach Doug. He's a former Husker coach. He's now currently the receiver coach for the New Orleans Saints. He put on a camp this weekend. He brought in quite a few former or current wide receivers that's on the Saints team, and I got a chance to hang out with those guys all weekend, and I just want to give them a big shout out as well because I think a couple of them may even be listening to the show tonight. So appreciate y'all, man, letting me be a small part of that deal, and just know that I don't take that for granted either. You know, with all this beautiful weather, I got to be honest with y'all, I've been in a pretty good mood. Well, I'm always in a good mood, but I've been in a real good mood because the weather's been great for a change. And for the ones that don't know, which everybody listening to my show should know by now, I love to be happy, man. I mean, happiness is my friend. Stress is not. And brings me to my guest. I got a guest tonight. We're going to laugh. We're going to laugh tonight. Excuse me. We're going to do some laughing tonight because my guest, we go back. Whoa, man. Most of my audience might not even been born when we met. So we go way back. Eric Williams, man, welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks for having me, Ricky.
Hey,
you know, I've always been a big fan of
well, you know what? Excuse me. I appreciate that. But, you know, you're going to hear us call each other different names because we did the professional way initially. But I called him Stretch, and I'm sure he's gonna call me V. Clyde.
That's right.
And and that's cool. But
That's right.
we'll get into that in just a minute. But I just want y'all to know that tonight's show is gonna really. I want y'all to know this young man the way I know him. A lot of times when people get interviewed, they just talk about current stuff and then, what they're doing now and what their plans are. I always like to go back and give a little history on my client, not my client, but my guest. And we're going to go back with Eric or Stretch, as I like to call him. We're going to work our way all the way up to where he's at now. So let's go back, man. Tell everybody where you're originally from.
I'm originally from South Bend, Indiana.
Okay, South Bend. I think they got a school there that I'm familiar with. I think it's Notre or something.
St. Mary's. Oh, Notre Dame.
Notre Dame. That's what
Notre Dame, Fighting Irish.
But look, growing up in South Bend, man, what was that like?
Great.
Yeah.
We had a village that, me and my brothers, we always talk about the fun times we had, the village that we had within a city. So we were a town inside a town.
Oh, okay.
Meaning you had your cousins lived down the street. You had all the activities, the parks, the little grocery stores, the little mud holes, everything that we knew
was in a small area.
Was in a small area that was walkable for us.
Yeah,
we could walk to it, skip, have fun, and it was just really a humbling experience. The town, South Bend, is pretty much like Lincoln in a lot of ways.
Okay.
As far as even the naming of the streets,
really?
We have a lot of similar names, but the people are similar.
So is it safe to say that when you said, I know you said something about a village, that means if you got in trouble down the street, that phone call gonna beat you home.
That phone call. And then there was times where the person down the street take care of business. and then when you got home, you got taken care of again.
In other words, you got double trouble.
Double trouble.
Yeah, you're gonna get in trouble on the spot, and then the phone call beat you home, and then there's more trouble at home.
But the thing about the village was the respect that we had for adults and each other.
Right.
We never fought a lot, and if we did, it was over. Within a half hour, you forgot about it and back playing.
Right.
There's no linger effects of, I'm holding a grudge on you and I want to do this to you. No, it's over.
Right.
And then so we'll move back to the next phase of what we're doing. And the next phase might be, I'm not picking him on my football team.
He got petty.
Yeah, I got petty. That's how far it went.
Yeah.
In back in the day.
Right. And and I'm real careful when I talk about this, especially when I talk to people that I know like yourself, where we go back and try to bring people up to date on who you really are, because a lot of people are living in a different time zone.
Right.
And so I'm trying to be mindful of that. But after, I'm going to say in high school, what was your interest, man? I think you played a little sports.
Yeah, I played a little sports.
Okay.
Football, basketball.
Okay.
I played football up until probably my junior year in high school.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just concentrated on basketball. And first love was football.
Yeah. What position did you play?
I played running back and defensive back.
Okay.
And also I got a few offers for football.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but basketball was my love.
Okay.
And so I stuck with that.
Now, I think we officially met here at Nebraska.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, and we came in as freshmen together. And I'm trying to figure out, man, there was a lot of other places you could have probably went and played basketball.
Sure.
Why did you choose Nebraska?
You know, sometimes you can't put your finger on how things work out.
Yeah.
It just seemed like the place to be. I at that time, I think it was 5 official visits you could go to.
Yeah,
or
right,
7.
right.
And I went to those places, but it didn't make me feel the way Nebraska did.
Gotcha.
I can't describe it. It's just a feeling that I had that I knew I should be here.
So after getting here, you ran into some guys that some of them are no longer with us,
That's correct.
but great group of guys, man. Because one thing I can say about y'all is y'all supported us on the football field, and we supported you guys in the gym. And one of your teammates is Greg Downey.
Yes, sir. I spoke to him last night.
Man, Greg, man. Big shout out to Greg Downey.
Yes, sir.
I was really impressed with Greg when he first got here because he wasn't much taller than us, but he could jump. That dude could jump, man. And when I saw him catching alley-oops and dunking the ball, I was like, oh, my God, this dude here is going to be a problem. But you also played with some other guys. Now, who are some of the guys you played with?
Some Indiana people. Jack Moore, Jerry Shoecraft from Indiana, Brian Carr.
Okay.
Ray Collins, who's no longer with us, Andre Smith, Terry Smith, Paul Renfro, Andy Johnson. I mean, it's just,
man, y'all had some ballers. I mean, that I will say, because I remember another guy that played for Oklahoma. Name was Wayman Tisdale.
I've never heard of him.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you heard of him. And I'm gonna tell you why I know you heard of him, because we were sitting behind the bench, and during warm up, we were trying to rattle Oklahoma players while y'all was warming up on the other end. So we knew Wayman had a little juice, so we was messing with him. We were like, "Yo, man, bet you can't dunk." And so he looked at us, and gave us that face expression like, "What? Bet you can't dunk." And the next time he went up there, he jumped, cocked it back, and then right when he got to the rim, he just stopped and dropped it in. And
so you guys were the cause of him getting 39 on us.
Yeah, that's our fault. I'm gonna take credit for that, because we was on him.
Oh,
we was on him in pregame warm up.
he was a machine. He was a machine.
Oh man, this dude. I mean, but one thing I liked about him was he played the game with a lot of
zest.
Yeah, he was just
Energy.
happy. Yeah, and that was kind of rare, because usually in competition everybody's always fighting and stuff, like struggling. But man, that dude, I'm sorry, man, that he put that amount of points on y'all. But
but you know what? I learned something from him, from Wayman. When you love stuff, when you love things, it tends to make you smile.
Yeah, right.
So by him smiling and happy, he was in his element.
Yeah, and he was a problem.
Not just for us either.
I think he was a problem for everybody, because he went on to the NBA and had a very successful career.
Yes, sir.
Rest in peace, Wayman, too, man. I play golf down in Tulsa a couple times a year, and Marcus Dupree is one of my really, really good friends. He's like a little brother, man. He's good friends with Wayman Tisdale in college, but he's also currently really good friends with Wayman's wife.
Okay.
So she comes to the events, and I got a chance to meet her, man. Good people, man. Good people. Well, let me ask you this, Eric. Where did this this nickname come from? Stretch. Tell us where you get that name from.
So 79, 80. We went to Hawaii. That's not why I came to Nebraska. To just go to Hawaii. But we went to Hawaii, and University of Wisconsin, Louisville, Hawaii Rainbows. Those were some of the teams that were in this. It was called the Rainbow Classic.
Oh, okay.
So we played Wisconsin, and they had a center named Claude Gregory.
Okay.
And he used to whine to the refs all the time. And his voice was really high. So being around the guys, I would imitate him and say it back to him. So after that, I think it was Ray or Andre started calling me Stretch because I started mocking him. So it just stuck.
I mean, 'cause all of a sudden it went from Eric to Stretch, and I was like, it did fit. So we just started calling you Stretch, but I never knew why we called you Stretch.
Claude Gregory.
He had a high pitched voice, huh?
He was 7 foot, probably 270.
Oh wow!
And he talked really high. So I used to just imitate him, and that stuck.
So you got to be Stretch.
Yes, sir.
Well, man, you had a lot of success here in Nebraska, man. So give us your stats, man. I mean, you give me a Cliff Notes version of your stats.
Well, I came in with pretty good stats out of high school, like a lot of other players.
Yeah.
But when you take that next step up, it's a big jump.
Right.
And you need to be able to adapt and learn. And so, you could compete, but there was a way that you had to find your niche.
Yeah.
In the program. So you studied, worked hard, you stayed out of mischief.
Yeah, right.
To get on the floor, and then you would be the first one there and the last one to leave. Meaning you put in that time, and hopefully coach is seeing you put in that time, and then that would carry over to practices and then games. And my freshman year didn't get a lot of playing time, but I had a good attitude.
Right.
I kept working. That made me want to work even harder because I knew I belonged, and I knew there was some way that I was going to get on the floor. So I just stayed ready.
That's something that's kind of rare too. I mean, you did get to play as a freshman. After our first little 5 freshman games, I didn't really need my helmet when they moved me up to the varsity as a freshman. I mean, I stood on the bench with a baseball cap. But that was understood because, back then you had to work your way, up the depth chart. That's not so much the case today, but we kind of all knew as freshmen. I think my freshman class was Nate, Roger Craig.
Oh, yeah.
We had Nate Mason, Roger Craig, Craig Holman. Who else came in with us? And all of us, we knew only one of us played as a freshman was Jeff Murrow.
Oh, okay.
Big Jeff.
Big Jeff.
Yeah, he was a nose tackle out of Alabama. We called him Big Time because he got to play as a freshman. But, man, freshmen didn't play back then. And, that shows you how the game has changed over the years because,
it really has.
Yeah, these guys coming in now as freshmen, they start. Yeah.
They starting. They're bringing kids from 8th grade playing high school.
Yeah, right. So this is a different game. But game. I think what I want you to explain to us, like after your career in Nebraska, what was the next move for Eric?
Eric stayed in Nebraska. I haven't had any intentions on leaving. I don't know why. It like I said, with my first recruiting trip here and me staying here, it just felt where I should be. So I got into coaching.
Okay.
I started at Southwest with Dwayne Bach. I coached there for 2 years. We coached the boys, made it to district finals. And then I moved out to North Star and coached girls, varsity girls basketball. Well, I started out as JV coach. The varsity coach left after 1 year. So I got elevated.
Okay, to the varsity.
Different world.
Yeah.
Everybody likes the JV coach. The varsity coach,
Not so much.
not so much, because that's where the buck stopped.
Yeah.
But we didn't at that point have a lot of girls interested in basketball at that time.
I was just going to ask you that, man. I mean, you played basketball your life, and all of a sudden you're coaching girls. I mean, that was a transition within itself.
Yeah, coming from coaching high school boys,
Yeah.
going to young ladies, tremendous difference. But
Yeah.
they taught me a lot.
Right.
They taught me, the girls, they may not been, top 10 in the state, but you know what? They worked, they had fun.
Right. Right.
They were hungry to learn the game. They just were involved in other sports that they liked better.
Oh,
But
okay.
I was happy enough for them to come out just so we can field teams.
Right. Right.
But then we got competitive because those girls realized that they could compete at that level, even though basketball wasn't their sport.
Yeah.
They had that drive to do well, and we did well. Tania Bullock, your son's sister,
Yes.
she carried us we had a 6-game winning streak. We were the hottest team in the state.
Big shout out to Tania.
Tania, we were in Kearney. Well, first of all, we were in Omaha at Burke, and they were handing it to us. It was so bad. Our dressing room was in one of the classrooms.
Oh, wow.
So we said, we have to come through on this. She came out and hit 5-6 threes.
Wow.
Ended up with like 25 points, and it was history. Next night, we went to Kearney. Tough environment. Girls rallied. Amanda Maxwell, Carrie, Janae. Tania ends up hitting a half-court shot at the buzzer.
To win?
To win.
What?
Yeah. So the girls had confidence.
Right, right.
And that's what I appreciated. They gave me everything they had.
Well, that's all you can really ask.
That's all you can ask
Yeah,
for.
because sports, man, and one thing I like about sports, man, and you and I can attest to this because we're friends, but I mean, you meet people in sports that you know for the rest of your life.
That's right.
Yeah, and when they give you what those girls gave you, then you to this day you still remember it.
I still remember it, and all those girls that I came in contact with are great citizens.
Yeah,
whether in Nebraska or scattered across the country.
Yeah.
They're good people, and that's what that's the bottom line too. When you're in sports or when you're in high school, you just want kids to find out what they're good at and stick to it.
right.
And it goes back to Wayman. Wayman found his niche.
Yep,
It was basketball and music.
yep.
And he smiled just as much while he was playing
And playing
that
bass.
bass.
Yeah,
That's what he was, dunking on somebody. You know?
Well, I'll say this, man. It's again, I'm gonna say this a couple of more times before this show's over, but I'm really, really happy that you found time to come be on the show, man. So
Man, I'm
thank
glad
you.
you asked.
Thank you for doing this. Now let's move on to after North Star. You moved on, didn't you?
Yeah, I was at Star for a number of years, and coaching days are over
Yeah.
for the most part. I did do some coaching for like kids in the 6th grade. Boys 6th grade, we would play tournaments.
Okay.
Iowa, Kansas, Nebraska, all over. And when they got to the 9th grade to go to high school, we were done.
Oh, gotcha.
So that was probably one of the most rewarding situations too, because all those guys now, they're in college,
Yeah.
doing well. They may not, a couple of them are in sports, but some are, they're going to be doctors or
Right. So
engineers.
they're
or
still professionals.
Still professionals, and they're still well. But that was one of the best times I had coaching. Not because sometimes we could only have 1 or 2 practices a month
Oh, wow.
because kids lived in the surrounding areas too,
Oh,
and they
okay.
would come
Yeah.
to Lincoln. But then we would show up and go to the tournaments, and probably out of all those 4 years, we probably lost 3 tournaments.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
With little practice.
With little practice.
Yeah. That's impressive.
But the kids, when we had practice, they were so eager.
Yeah. They was probably locked in.
They were locked in. We had fun. But I had to tell you this story. We were in Iowa playing, right? So the families had got there before Tom, this other guy he was kind of the overseer.
Yeah.
You know, he would register us for tournaments and hotels. And he rode up with me. I got there. Family was eating. I said, "Oh, where's the boys?" And we played that night.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like I think I got there about 5, and we played like at 7. They said, "Oh, they're down in the pool." I said, "What? They're the pool?" I said, "Which way is the pool?" I went down there, opened that door, and they looked at me. He's like, "Coach." When they said coach, I said, "Out." I said, "Do you guys really know what this is doing to you? It's zapping all your strength. We play in 2 hours."
They're in the pool chilling.
They're in the pool chilling. But, but a lot of times people don't realize that the things you have to sacrifice at some time.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
You can't swim before you're going to go play basketball.
Hold that thought. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back here at 93.7 The Ticket. Don't y'all go anywhere.
Empire Netting and Fence delivers top quality netting and fence solutions. From major sports venues to backyard installs and everything in between, coast to coast. We take on tough jobs with grit, integrity, and a strong commitment to safety. Empire is growing, and we're hiring motivated people ready to grow with us. We build each other up, and we're building something big. Think you've got what it takes? Apply now at empire-fence.com. That's empire-fence.com.
Are you a skilled mechanic looking for your next opportunity? Nebco is hiring. They're looking for experienced mechanics to join our family-owned team. They offer competitive wages, great benefits, service trucks, OEM-level diagnostic software, and career growth opportunities. Apply today at nebco.com. Positions include lead and A-level mechanics for the Nebco shop. Learn more at nebco.com. If you're driven and ready to grow with a company that's been around since 1908, apply today at nebco.com.
A1 Automotive's second location is now open at 5110 State Hill Drive, just off of Yankee Hill Road. The new location continues to specialize in all makes and models and provides personalized service as they have for 15 years. To honor the new store opening, A1 is offering $25 off any service over $300, $50 off services over $500, and $75 off services that total over $750, all through July 31st. Schedule your appointment today at a1autolincoln.com and visit their new location in South Lincoln at 5110 State Hill Drive.
Attorney CPA Joe Cordell.
Hopefully you and I agree that you should do everything you can to save your marriage. Divorce is hard, expensive, and its outcome is usually not all you hope for. However, when doing everything has failed, when divorce remains as your last option, consider Cordell & Cordell as your first choice to help you through the divorce process to a better place on the other side. We've been a partner men can count on for more than 30 years. Let us be that partner for you.
The attorneys at Cordell & Cordell work to help men maximize their role in their children's lives. Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Lincoln area attorneys, a partner men can count on. 402-858-3220. That's 402-858-3220. Online at CordellCordell.com. That's CordellCordell.com. Office in downtown Lincoln. 1221 N Street, Suite 801, Lincoln, Nebraska 68508.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstoRats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
Hey there, this is Paul Scheel, owner of High Electric. I want to thank our friends and loyal customers and introduce High Electric to those looking for a new electrician. We've been serving the Lincoln and Omaha area for over 30 years, from design to install, upgrades, and repair. If you are a homeowner or a small business needing some electrical work, call us at 402-466-6606 or check us out at hyelectric.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
Hi, I'm Asher. I'm summer break and about to start second grade. Thanks to awesome people like you who picked Aloe Fiber. They donated $193,000 to schools like mine. This summer, I'm using my fast internet to keep learning, and I can't wait to tell my teacher everything I discovered. So if you're a grown-up picking internet, choose Aloe, because Aloe chooses us, our schools, our town, and our future. Go to aloefiber.com to learn more.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just their professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, their passion, for happier, healthier, furry friends. Bagels and Joe is the best place to start off your mornings, and you can order your breakfast ahead of time on their app. You can't go wrong with one of their great bagel sandwiches or breakfast burritos. Stop by any of their 4 locations in Lincoln and their location in Seward. Bagels and Joe.
Back to the Get Your Happy On Hour, featuring former Husker receiver Ricky Simmons.
Hey, we're back. Man, this is 93.7 The Tickets to Get Your Happy On Hour. I'm your host, Ricky C. Simmons, and I'm having a blast with my boy here. Hey, Stretch, you said you had some players in the swimming pool 2 hours for a game.
2 hours.
What'd you do, man? How'd they play?
How do you think they played?
Probably not good.
You're correct.
So is it safe to say y'all lost the game?
We lost our first game by 6 points.
Oh man, they left 6 points in the swimming pool, man.
So we had to go through the losers bracket.
Oh,
Get back to the winners bracket.
That's never good.
But it turned out okay.
Oh, okay.
We talked. The kids learned their lesson. They understood why we were there, first of all, to play basketball. And I'm not a tyrant of a coach. Yeah, you're going to have fun, but I want you to know why you're there.
Right.
And what steps you need to do as far as anything, a job, or you're going to have to be prepared. In order to be prepared, you got to take care of yourself.
Yeah.
And I'm that person to show you or to instill in what you need to do to progress.
Right.
Or go to that next level of where you want to be.
Yeah.
In life. So, yeah, we lost the first game, but we came back and had a heck of a tournament. The kids played out of their mind. That was probably one of our best tournaments.
After you got them out of the swimming pool.
After I got them out of the
pool. There's got players in the pool. 2 hours. 2 hours before tip off. Oh, man. Now, you and I'm trying to get this timeline right. You was at North Star for how long?
From 2004 until 2020.
Oh wow! Okay,
yeah,
you had a long stretch there.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then this will be my 4th year at Lincoln Southeast.
You're at Southeast now?
Yeah, I'm at Southeast now.
Exactly. What do you do at Southeast?
I'm a campus supervisor.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you got your hands full.
Most of the time. Most of the time, but You know, and people ask me, I've been to 3 high schools, Southwest, North Star, and Lincoln Southeast. And they always ask me, how are the kids there?
Yeah.
And you know what I tell them?
What's that?
Kids are the same. Faces change, behaviors are the same.
Right.
Because all these kids are emulating each other.
Yeah.
They're getting the best phones or the new Jordans or whatever.
And I think, and you can correct me on this one because I mean, I travel around to these different schools all over the country, but one thing I've noticed is they all watch the same internet.
That's right.
You know, and it seems like that has a big influence.
It really has an influence. And this, you know, it's funny you say that. TikTok. You know, they make these
TikTok. Yeah.
I mean, everywhere.
Right.
You know, I worked at Lincoln High this summer for summer school, and they since closed North Star for the summer, for summer school. So they just had it at one location. And
okay.
And that was at Lincoln High. Kids are the same. You got to run them out of stairwells from talking. You know, even it's on their break, but, you know, you got to make sure they get back in time.
Yeah.
Don't be so consumed with doing that instead of why they're there.
Yeah.
And they're there to get that education or that grade that they need to move on in life.
Now, you was telling me before the show that some of these kids are very talented with technology. They are able to, even when they're not allowed to have their devices.
That is true. Perfect instant. Perfect example. I was walking in the hallway. I won't name the school where I was at.
Yeah, we ain't throwing nobody on the bus.
But it's not a bad thing. But so I walked by, casually looked in the room, and noticed a kid with his hands behind his back, his arms stretched out. And I looked, and he had his phone, and he was texting behind his back without looking.
Wow, that's talented. I can't text looking.
I walked up, I looked, and I turned. I had to go back. And then when I did, I just tapped on the door to let him know I was there, because you're not supposed to have your phones out there.
This dude had his phone behind his back and texting. That's, I mean, to me, that's talented because I know.
I would say.
Yeah, I try to text. I mean, but I'm just not that gifted. I've noticed sometimes, like when I'm driving, if I get a text that I must address, I actually have to pull over.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I'm not talented enough to text and drive. I think a lot of people are willing to do that, but I can't multitask like that.
I just say you call them.
That would be easier.
That would be easier. If you're going to do it, I wouldn't suggest that either, because your attention span, you could drift off
right
just that quick and into something, or you know, run in the back.
Well, I mean, I see, you know, like I go up and down the highway quite a bit, and man, I would hate for someone to drift off into the wrong lane and hit anybody, but especially something like an 18-wheeler, you know. Right. I mean, that could be life-changing, if not life-ending.
Yes.
Trying to be nice here when I say it.
Yeah, I understand where you're coming from.
But no, I mean, I never want to take away from anybody's ability to use technology, because I know it has a lot of benefits. It does. I'm not anti-technology. It's just sometimes I think, and I'll speak for myself, I'm not talented enough to use technology the way I see some of our youth use it. Mm-hmm. Man, they're really amazing. And I've seen so many different examples of it. It just amazes me how fast they pick that up.
And you know what I tell a lot of kids also? I say, you need to talk to me as much as I need to talk to you, because I need to know where you're coming from. I need to know what your age group is thinking of, and you need to know about mine. So when someone comes to you with a situation, an older adult, you can kind of fathom what they're talking about.
Right.
But the best thing is you can take the ideas or what we're talked about to your friends and let them know, hey, this is how my dad and them or my uncle and them or they did it.
Right.
And then we can take it to our friends and tell
How
them how the kids are thinking.
Right. Because see, we do need to be able to communicate
We
with
do.
our youth. You know,
We
I
do.
mean, we can't just put them in a category and throw them away because they are our future.
They are our future.
Yeah, I mean, and I would like to think that I could help bridge the gap.
That's it.
Yeah, and I think, you know, just that word communication is very important. I know a lot of kids would prefer to text than talk, but I think if we can get them to have a conversation,
Mm-hmm.
I think that will be beneficial to both sides.
I think so too. And kids want to express themselves.
Right.
And then sometimes, you know, it's our job to introduce them to different ways,
Yeah.
you know, to communicate.
Now, when you're when you're at school and you run into, I like to call it adversity, you know, like kids having issues. I wonder sometimes, man, do you ever feel like there's something you could do different? Like, I mean, or is it just because I don't see a lot of consequences, is what I'm saying. You know, when a kid makes a bad choice, you know, putting them in school suspension or putting them in, you know, all these different alternative schools. I know that's important, but all these kids aren't bad kids.
They're not.
Yeah.
They're not. They're usually screaming for something.
Right. That's
in their
and
life.
that's what I've noticed.
And then I think by working with these kids and greeting them in the morning, telling them, how are you? You're going to have a great day. You know, like at Lincoln High, I didn't know half of those kids.
Yeah.
But the way they have it set up, you come in the front door and the kids are waiting a certain time to get in at 7:50 to come in because classes start at 8. We're there to greet the kids.
Yeah. I think that's smart.
The principals, all the staff, and we're saying positive things. Good morning, or like it got towards the end of school and would say, hey, I'm gonna miss you guys.
Yeah.
We've been here for 5 weeks.
Yeah.
I've got to know you. I'm gonna miss you guys.
Right.
Have a great rest of your summer.
Right. Right.
A lot of kids don't hear positive things coming from adults.
And that I'm glad you said that, because positivity, and I've said this a million times, but I really think positivity doesn't get the attention it deserves because it's so much easier to focus on the opposite, you know. And I think if we can reinforce our youth to understand that, you know, it's okay to fail, you know, I mean, it's okay to make some bad choices, but if you bounce back from them and make better choices, I just think it can still turn into a productive situation.
And it's okay if kids they need to excuse me, they need to be exposed to different things.
Right. Right.
It's almost like your body growing up. When you were young and you got a cold, your body learned to fight it off.
Right.
Just like these kids, they have to be exposed to different things in life.
Right.
And people can't rescue them all the time unless
Right.
there's a tragic situation. They need to experience it, learn how to get out of situations for themselves, because mom and dad and grandma are not going to be there all the time.
And I think that,
And you don't want anybody else
right.
to take care of you.
Right.
You want to take care of yourself.
No, I totally agree with that. And you know, the thing too that I think is important is encouraging our youth. I think that's a big part of. I like when you say y'all greet them. You know, I think that's important, man, because like you say, man, we don't know what type of situation they may have just left to come to school. You know, and I think encouragement can't hurt. It can only help. I mean, because when you're not getting a lot of encouragement, especially when you're young, it kind of sets the tone for some negative things to happen.
You know, I don't know if I should say. Well, just like the previous person that was in here.
Yeah.
Turned out I knew her.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
She was a student at North Star.
Right.
But other than seeing her and knowing she's doing okay, you know what made me feel really good?
What's that?
She said he's a great person.
Yeah.
That's the first thing she said.
And
That's all I.
You know what? That's the reward.
Yeah, that's the reward.
Yep.
And that's what I felt.
We're going to take another quick break, and we're going to come back and wrap the show. This name's 3.7. The ticket is to get you happy on our anywhere.
A1 Automotive's second location is now open at 5110 State Hill Drive, just off of Yankee Hill Road. The new location continues to specialize in all makes and models and provides personalized service as they have for 15 years. To honor the new store opening, A1 is offering $25 off any service over $300, $50 off services over $500, and $75 off services that total over $750, all through July 31st. Schedule your appointment today at A1AutoLincoln.com and visit their new location in South Lincoln at 5110 State Hill Drive.
Make bill paying a breeze with Text to Pay. LES texts you 1 week before your bill's due date. Just reply to the text to pay. It's that easy. Log into your account at les.com to sign up today.
Their expert team removes years of rust and weathering, then finishes each piece with a lasting powder coat. Trusted by industries across the region, now local homeowners and businesses can experience the same professional care. Visit KaiserBlasting.com or call 402-421-3559 to request your quote. Restore, protect, and make your metal shine like never before with the help of Kaiser Blasting and Coatings. At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just their professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at PAHLincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, their passion for happier, healthier, furry friends.
People always ask me, hey, Livy, what fuels you? Passion, competition, the pursuit of greatness? None of those things. Raising Cane's is the only fuel I need. Their cook-to-order chicken fingers always fills my tank, and the crinkle-cut fries and Texas toast are the perfect top-off for the perfect road trip. So when I'm running on fumes, I always refuel at Raising Cane's. But turns out, not everything's fueled by Cane's. Guess the old girl prefers her sauce unleaded. Raising Cane's chicken fingers. One love.
When opportunity knocks, you don't want to miss the call. Hamilton Business Technologies makes communication easy and efficient using customized technology, all while putting people first. Whether you're working from the office, at home, or on the go, Hamilton Business Technologies equips your business with the right tools for smooth, professional call handling. Hamilton Business Technologies. Real people, real technology solutions. Learn more at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
We interrupt this commercial break for an important story.
There once was a man from Nebraska who went searching for food in Alaska. When his stomach was rumbling while laying in bed, he could think of only one option, Führer's cheese spread. So he left at once and drove day and night to return back home for cheese spread delight. Now his stomach is full and the voice in his head tells him no more vacations without Führer's cheese spread. Find yours today at most local grocers.
Bagels & Joe is the best place to start off your mornings, and you can order your breakfast ahead of time on their app. You can't go wrong with one of their great bagel sandwiches or breakfast burritos. Stop by any of their 4 locations in Lincoln and their location in Seward. Bagels & Joe.
Lincoln's go-to for fun isn't new. It's a place that's been a staple of the city for years and is only getting better. Matson's Bowling and Billiards always has open bowling available with no long lines unlike other centers. They have live music almost every weekend and great food at EJ's Bar and Lounge with seating for 150 people. They have popular meals like the EJ Burger, pizza for the whole family, and famous EJ's Wings. Contact Sarah to book a party for friends, coworkers, or family at Matson's Bowling and Billiards just south of 48th and Holdridge.
Attention all Wings fans. Buffalo Wings and Rings has daily specials that will make you want to stop in on all days of the week. Kids eat free on Mondays, and on Tuesdays, enjoy 40% off boneless or traditional wings at a price that makes the whole family happy. And come back on Wednesdays for $1.39 chicken tenders all day long. Get to Wings and Rings today, 68th and O, or in Williamsburg Village.
Back to the Get Your Happy On Hour, featuring former Husker receiver Ricky Simmons.
And we're back. Man, I done had a blast kicking it with my longtime friend, Eric Williams. Man, before I forget, I want to say thank you for taking time to be on the show. I really want to say thank you for working with our youth. I think that's real. Yeah, I think that's really important, man, because we got to bridge that gap because it's just important. They are the future. Whether anybody wants to agree with that or not, it's hard to argue with the facts.
And they're out there.
Yeah. But hey, but you know what though? I want to know this, man. What's your future plans?
Growing as a husband, a father, enjoying life.
Yeah.
Through sports, it gets you
right
places. It does a lot for you, but it also hinders you in some ways, or in a lot of ways, to the things you miss in life.
Right.
You know, when I coached, so much time had to be put in to have a product on the floor.
Right.
And I want to be with my family wherever it takes us.
You know what?
No barriers.
Yeah, that's fair.
No restrictions.
Yeah.
I can't say one thing I want to do. I want to do everything.
There you go. You know, we was joking before the show, you know, because man, it's been decades. I mean, decades on top of decades since we were playing sports at Nebraska. And I was just laughing because I'm thinking, man, at the age we're at now, our minds are still telling us we can do things that our bodies say we can't. And this dude asked me, he goes, yo, man, can you still run, Ricky? And my response was, if you see me running, you run. There's a tragedy happening somewhere. If I'm running, man, I feel good, you know, and Eric, like I say, I always want to keep humor in my life.
That's right.
You know, I mean, that's the reason why this show is called Get Your Happy On Hour. I like to focus on the positive. I like to focus on humor. I like to enjoy life, just like you're talking about enjoying life. I think those are important factors because they help also keep stress down.
Exactly.
Stress is not our friend, and I've seen some of the results from stress. It does a lot of damage. So, Eric, I got to ask you one final question, man. I just want to know. I ask every guest that I have. When Eric Williams finally, a.k.a. Stretch, get a little free time, how do you get your happy on, man?
Man, me and my queen.
You get your happy
We just dance.
Well, that's cool, man. Again, thank you for being on the show. I wrap the show up the same way every week. Every day you blessed to see. It's just another day in paradise. And no matter what, you got to get your happy on.
No.
We'll see y'all next Sunday.
Empire Netting and Fence delivers top quality netting and fence solutions. From major sports venues to backyard installs and everything in between, coast to coast. We take on tough jobs with grit, integrity,